All right, welcome friends and the Krill crew here to another NFT Gaming Bites. Today I have Danielle with me from a new NFT game, Warhands. Pretty excited to have you on. Danielle, how's it going? You want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel. I'm the head of business development at the Elephant Games. We're building the GameFi project, and I'm really proud to be here with my friend Luke.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys reaching out a couple weeks ago, and finally we're getting to set this up here. And it's great to have the community. Community, if you're in the chat and you want to ask some questions as we get to know this game, feel free to do so. But Daniel, I just want to give you guys a chance to explain what is this game. I'm sure most people haven't heard of Warhands yet. So, what kind of style of game is this, and what can people expect when they go download this game?
Okay, so it's pretty simple. We're building the mix of free to play and play to earn. So anyone from you can go to App Store or Play Market and download the game and start on playing. You can play anytime you want. There is a gameplay. There is an app. You can do it at any time. But in the future, we will launch in a very near future. We will launch the PC client. Where there will be a bridge between free to play and play to earn, and you can use your content that you generated in free to play in P2E. So for anyone from you who wants to start to play the game without any investments, you can start from free to play version. But if somebody from you wants to start on earning straight away on play to earn version, you can start it with very low price. It's about $20 to enter the game.
Yeah, and is that play to earn aspect available now, or is that as the PC version releases and right now the mobile is just a kind of normal non play to earn game? How does that work?
The mobile game is free-to-play game model, so you can't actually earn money in free-to-play for now, but you're gonna do it in the future, in the very near future. So how would it actually work? If you played Clash Royale, it's very similar kind of gameplay with somebody from you. So you have a deck of cards, and each card is a specific unit with a specific set of skills and attributes, and you put them on the battlefield and you fight against your opponent to win the battle. Yes, and in free-to-play version, you can fight against your opponent, get to the highest placed in the rating, and you will receive a discount, a huge discount on our marketplace for the real NFT card that you can use in your PC client.
Awesome. So as we play the game on the mobile now, will we get to transfer our progress over to the computer version once the play to earn aspect is out, or is it more of a restart to the game? But as you said, you climb the leaderboard and you'll have those extra perks and discounts.
Okay, at the very beginning, when we're going to be doing this, you can play in free-to-play version. You can level up your cards. You can level up your heroes, and they're going to have a better level, better skills, and you can use them in tournaments. And this particular mechanic of leveling up will allow you to win higher discount. Yes.
Yep.
So, and if you want to transfer your current project from free to play to earn, we're gonna allow it in the future. We're gonna create a bridge, like a bridge for this particular function. So once your card will reach particular level, you can transfer it from free to play to earn.
Yeah, so it sounds almost like, are you familiar with Crazy Defense Heroes? So
Exactly.
almost like that, where you're starting the game now and there's going to be connection, but there's also kind of the next release of the game with the play to earn model
Yes.
and all
Yes.
those things out. Cool, got it. And you described it kind of like a Clash Royale. Is there other games that this is inspired off of, or that you compare it to?
Well, if you know Axie Infinity, it's like the very big title, yes,
Yeah.
very first, and it was a very good project at that time because it had many people who got interested and started in earning. I'll be honest with you because initially we've been we've been getting inspired from this project. Yes, but by the time when we realized and we looked through the economics of this project, we realized that there is a big issue because
Yeah.
Axie Infinity prints out money from nothing. So they're not backed up by anything. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
we've seen kind of the crash of Axie, right?
yes, it was. Well, it had to happen, yes, because of
Yeah.
the economy that they built. But we've decided to look at the most recent title called Fit and Arena. Uh, it's also a mix of free to play and play to earn, but they have different mechanic, and we think our mechanic will be like more interesting for players because if you look at our roadmap, we will be releasing many other options and functions in the future as we go further. So look, if you want, I can describe you the mechanics that will be launched in the first build of the game.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, guys, imagine there is a player. Yes, he has $50 in his MetaMask in Matic. So he goes to decentralized exchange. He swaps Matic for our token called WGLD, that stands for Warhands Gold, and he goes to tournament. So what actually tournament mean? Uh, it means that there are 100 players who pay $50 in our token. So the total reward pool, 100 players times $50 or like 500 WGLD is 50,000 of WGLD, and 10% of winners of this particular tournament by the end of this, they receive 70% of reward pool. 90% receive 10% as a small discount to continue on playing, and 20% get shared among DAO and treasury, so we could continue on development. So you see, we don't print out money from the air. We redistribute them among the members who invested the same amount of money.
So yeah, so what you're saying is you're more focused on a competitive win to earn model where you have to actually, enter in these tournaments by spending a little bit of your own token with the chance of earning more. Is there also going to be casual aspects to it? Like you can just play against a computer or you can play the story mode and you're earning tokens, or is it mostly going to be focused more on that competitive tournament style?
Well, look, I'm glad that you asked me. So let me just decompose you the roadmap
Yeah.
if somebody of you didn't look at this. So what you guys gonna be doing? Yes, for sure. Look, you're right. Because in the first build we will release PvP, so player versus player mode, where you can also only fight against your opponents. However, in Q1, Q2 of 2023, we will release player versus environment, so PvE events where you can earn specific game values. Yes, it can be items, can be bits of fragments of heroes, as we call them, and it can be like just going through your battle pass by completing some quests. So yes, so this mechanic is going to be implemented. So it's going to be in Q2, Q1 of 2023. And what is going to happen then? You can all use you can use your cards, because by that time we're planning to release that bridge that will allow you to transfer the particular level card from free-to-play client to play-to-earn client, and you can also utilize the content you generated in free-to-play.
Cool. So I'm curious to hear from you and the team. What is the inspiration of this NFT game? Like you already have a game out that's on iOS, Android, right? You guys can probably already, make money with those different microtransactions and upgrades within the game. What's the whole idea now of taking this to the play to earn space? What's the inspiration for you guys?
Okay, look, yeah, I just gonna make some reference so that audience and like you guys could know what is our background. We game development company. We on the market for 20 years, and we have lots of experience in game development. We've launched about 200 titles of free to play and premium. But this for this particular project, why we decided to step in with this project, because we think that we, like ourselves, like the quality of our games and understanding of game development can bring something new to the community and increase the overall quality of GameFi projects as we see now in the industry.
Yeah. So is the NFTs, is that kind of the inspiration of, hey, we want to give some players some, extra value and ownership of their assets? Is that kind of some of the inspiration there for you, or is it
Yes, yeah,
more so
exactly.
we want to bring a good game to the space because there's not enough good games in GameFi right now?
Well, obviously there are not enough good games.
Yeah.
Yes, because first of all, we spoke with several blockchains, and they like there is a trend because more players, like more companies who have experience in game development from the past. Yes, they come to the industry and they start, and slowly they will start to increase the quality of the game, as it like considered to be GameFi play the earn. But yes, what is in our case, uh, I guess yes, because can you just imagine? Because in free-to-play version, you like invest money. Okay, you just give money. You just give money out for nothing. It's considered as like in simple terms, waste of money. Yeah, you just give out. You buy some in-apps that don't you don't owe anything. But with our inspiration, we just look at the picture from another perspective, and we realized, okay, guys, why don't we allow our users to have and to own actual assets, like virtual assets? So, like, it's a whole idea behind what we're building, and we want to like develop it and implement as soon as possible in our game.
Yeah. Great. Great to hear. Well, let's go to the chat. There's a hello from Russia. I don't know how to pronounce their name, but they're asking, are collaborations with other projects expected and upcoming?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a good question because now we have we now negotiating with several projects because you know, if you look at our gameplay and you look how it looks currently, it's a Clash Royale, so there is not much space to collaborate like for the like other projects do. But what we're planning to do is to release a collection, yes, of some heroes and characters, uh, like units, with other projects' arts on them, like logos. I can't tell you the exact names of projects that we collaborating because we planning to make it keep it secret, yes,
Hmm.
for some time. But
Yeah.
it'd be awesome for all of you just to see how we progress and go further.
Yeah, it's cool to follow along and see those announcements. I know they're secret now. I love some sneak peeks, but I understand. Yeah, you gotta keep that stuff kind of hidden, and then once those big reveals come in, those will be definitely exciting for the community. I want to jump next to Luke's question. What is the game's goal to maintain value and interest in the game long term? What will promote players to keep playing and earning, not to shrink and diminish over time? I think we've seen a lot of players come into these games, as you said, just to extract value, to make that quick buck. What's going to bring people to Warhands and keep playing and reinvest into the game?
Okay, I absolutely agree with you because of the centralized finance, we've seen like a high demand and peak for flippers, like so-called players, investors. They come to projects for money, for profit. They don't like value the gameplay itself as the ability to earn and opportunity to make a quick profit. So we understand this situation. This is what currently in the market, and we cannot like do anything for this with this. Like I guess nobody can do, but we take it in account when we're developing the game, and we understand that like a good percentage of our players will be like flippers, and they will be here for making money, but it's okay because they will help us to maintain and support liquidity in our liquidity pools with our tokens. They will help to create market making and liquidity on on our marketplaces. But as I mentioned to you, there is a thing uh, in tournaments because we don't print out our token, we just redistribute it among players. Okay, we kind of solved the problems that Axie did. Okay, so but there is another problem. There is a devaluation of NFTs quality or value because there is lots of supply and not much demand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is the point? So, and we understand that this is why we like developing, like putting lots of effort on back testing and looking at the tokenomics and economy once again with game designers. So we will create a stimulus for players to burn NFT. In our understanding, burn is to exchange NFT for some other game value that is not correlated with NFT. But yes, putting it back to what you've asked, I guess yes, it will be very huge and good vision and mission of our game. So what we're planning to do in the future, we will release lands. Lands, we will also sell lands, and those lands, they like hexagons. So in your game, in your mobile client or PC client, you will have a separate space, separate section in your lobby where you can put your lands and you can put some buildings on top of them, and each of those land can generate your passive income. So it will be done in 2023, 2024.
Will that be integrated into the gameplay as well, or is that land piece more of that separate, just passive income?
Well, it will be integrated in the game, and moreover, you can fight for your land and you can fight against other lands. How would you actually do it? We're gonna allow people to create unions inside the game. So each player can create a guild, so-called union. Yes, he can be the owner of this guild or union, and he can have like his people who will join his guild or union, and this guild is going to be considered as DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. There will be a voting system, so we also will release DAO in our game. And can you imagine that each guild will take decisions and just discover the world and fight for different resources? Like, we think this is what is missing now, like the true connection between players.
Yeah. No, I think that's a huge piece of Web3, right? It seems like all of this is coming down towards like what kind of guilds or DAOs or clans you want to build around yourself, because it seems like more and more often these games are implementing these types of things where it's not just you as an individual player. It seems more like how do you actually form as a group and almost add politics to this game and ecosystem or metaverse or whatever you want to call it, right? It's how do you not just fight as an individual, but with your whole entire group. So that's pretty cool. I want to move on to Tilly's question of what chain do you intend to put the game on? I think you mentioned Matic earlier. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what was the choice behind that?
Yes, that's right, Luke. Yeah, it's Matic. It's Polygon. Yes, you've outraised me. Yes, it's Polygons that we're using. It's a layer 2 solution, and also in the future we're planning to make it cross-chain. So we will allow people, because like current situation is that each blockchain is like a separate island with its small population that cannot interconnect with each other. So we're planning to, and our vision is that the blockchain is available for everyone. Yes, so everyone can access at any time, at any point. So we want to create bridges and create destroy borders between them.
Yeah, no, I think it's really annoying when you try to play one game and then you're like, I want to go to this other game, but it's on a different chain and I don't have any of those tokens for the gas fees and all these things, right? It becomes such a huge pain point to get into other games when you don't have a wallet and all this set up already. So I love that idea. How do you feel about the scalability of Matic though? Because I don't know if you've watched things like if you're familiar with Sunflower Farmer. But essentially, a few months ago, they did this mechanic in the game where you had to save the game to the blockchain every half hour. And obviously they've changed it since then, but at the time, what happened is so many transactions that came in, even though Matic was supposed to be cheap, it all of a sudden the gas fees went crazy across the whole network to like almost $1 per transaction instead of the pennies it was meant to be. Is that a concern for you guys? Do you think those types of things will be solved over time? It's not a big deal. What are your thoughts?
For the NFT assets themselves.
So I'm talking about Matic and the gas fees. They had a huge spike at one point with the game Sunflower Land. So I'm just curious if you guys have thought about the scalability of Matic. Is that a concern at all, using those transactions on Matic?
Yes, I guess it's a problem. It's a common problem for every single blockchain, but we see that Matic, like Polygon, found a very good solution for this kind of thing, and I hope that Ethereum 2.0 will do it as well, because if somebody heard Vitalik said that it will be like less than 0.05 cents
Yeah.
dollar per transaction per gas. Yeah, but yes, gas and the scalability of the game is something that we will fix and we will like take in account. For sure, we will be aware of this and we will like take this in account. But I don't think because in Matic there is not much gas fees
Yeah.
comparing to Ethereum, so we're pretty okay with this for now. I mean,
Yeah. Compared to Ethereum, everything else is better than ETH.
yes.
I have some questions coming in from Luke about the team here. How has experienced the team in creating these NFT economies? Do you guys have past projects that you worked on before? Is this your first one? What's the experience of the team working with NFTs or the tokenomics of play to earn?
Okay, yeah, it's a very good question once again because as I just mentioned, we've been doing free to play and premium models in the past. And why would these guys jump into Web3 and GameFi and create like something from scratch without even understanding what they're doing? Yes, it was a problem at the very beginning for all of us, but like our solution was to find separate expertise, yes, separate experience, like in people in. Those individuals who like gone through these issues. So like they've been doing this for a long time and they know every single thing that might mm, be an obstacle for us. So we have our blockchain developers. They very solid because they launched not a single project. They have multiple projects they developed, and we also have our advisors who also um, give us the feedback on our every action. So we don't go far with our imagination and just creating something that doesn't just cannot exist in reality. Because I'm gonna tell you honest, because it's a common issue for game designers. We just tend to create something crazy, and like technical guy says, okay guys, it's not something that's gonna work for you, it will ruin everything. So yes, we're pretty okay with this because we found the solution, so you don't worry about this.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this whole industry, right? I mean, we're talking about Axie and Splinterlands and maybe Lost Relics. They all started, 3, 4 years ago. But besides that, there wasn't anything prior, right? So it's hard to find, I'm sure, developers and people that have had a bunch of experience because really the most expert people are only 3 to 4 years into this themselves, correct? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Civil Service is asking, if they're excited about the game. When is early access Whitelist? I know there's already the free to play version we've talked about on iOS and Android, but is there any early access Whitelist alpha testing for your desktop version?
Well, for the whitelist and early access, of course, guys. We want to keep everyone engaged, and we want to give like for those who believe in us in the very first stage, at the very beginning, we want to give them opportunity, like a support, like a small like advantage among those who will come later. Because guys, we really like our audience and like we tend to have relations like a family. So yes, we will have a whitelist. So in whitelist, you can get a huge discount on the pre-sale. So whitelist is meant to be launched in Q2. I cannot give you the exact date because um, I'm not currently in a position
Sure.
because we
Yeah.
want to keep it a bit once again secret because we're now creating very good conditions that like will be very interesting and intriguing like for all of you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is the best place to find information as you guys go along? Telegram, Discord, website, Twitter? Like, what would you point people to?
Yes, guys, join Discord, Instagram. Okay, Twitter, and Discord. It'd be a very good source of information for all of you. And yes, I just wanted to tell you because in our Twitter we launched the program where we give away 115 OG roles as well as in Discord. So if you come first, you get what you actually want,
Yeah.
and you can have a special role for yourself, and you can have a good like uh, access for the admin access moderator
Yeah.
for our communities to help us to grow.
Yeah. I have a question because, I've been talking to other projects as well, and it seems like there's this scale of on one side, on one hand, you have people who are like, I want to make a game that really helps promote the tokenomics and help the earning sides of things. And then on the other hand, I've talked to people and developers who are like, we just want to make a fun game. We don't really care about, making you rich. We just want a fun game where you can own your assets, and we're not going to really care about the price. Like, where do you find Warhands on that scale? Is it one side or the other? Is it like you're trying to find a perfect balance? How would you describe your guys' vision?
Okay, so we spoke with Polygon, yes, and they told us, okay, guys, we really need to increase the quality of the industry of the GameFi projects, and because our vision is that player can actually play the game. Okay, yes, if he wants, he can earn. There is staking and farming. There is like flipping and everything. It will remain the same. But our idea is more like to create not play to earn, but play and earn. So you can still enjoy the game. And you will be playing the game as you would play in free to play, but you would also receive a reward. Of course, in the first build, it's not quite realistic because like the entire tournament is meant to make you rich. But in our mechanics, you will see it coming, because now we want to give you an understanding that we're not gonna scam exit anything, because I just showed my face, yes, and everyone from our team showed their faces. They're available publicly, and we're not gonna do anything bad to all of you, because we highly aware of the amount of scam currently. And even more, I would like to announce that we're going to be creating cyber sport tournaments. So our game is very suitable for fighting against each other, using your strategy and your tactics in your decisions. So we will also launch cyber sport with the amount of budget like for the reward on particular basis. So you can become a cyber sportsman with us.
Cool. How about the aspect of, I've seen this argument of, oh, play to earn games, they're all just pay to win. Is there, I know there's free to play options within this game, but is it, especially with these tournaments being the earning part of it, is someone just going to come in with $10,000 and buy up all the NFTs and just win instantly all these tournaments, and I'm stuck, with my $20 startup and I'm just getting slammed in every single match? Like, how do you guys balance and think about that?
Okay, look, yes, it's a you might be wondered and you might be amazed, but there is exactly the same issue in free to play. Like people who pay more, they receive more skills and they have better attributes and they win more players. Like their win rate is higher. But in our idea, it's not fair. So what we're gonna be doing, we have the server who's gonna fetch your your deck attributes like stats only with those opponents who have similar or equivalent stats. So you have fair chances of fighting. So it doesn't matter if you invest $3 million in your deck, you're gonna fight against another $3 million. So you don't worry about this.
Okay. How would you respond to Sophia's chat here in the asking how much can you earn in a month with play to earn? And obviously your game isn't even out yet, but what do you respond to people when they ask you in the Discord or Telegram? Do you just say, don't worry about it, we're just developing a good game? Do you promise a certain amount of ROI, or like some other projects do? How do you respond to those types of questions?
Well, how much you can earn in our game? Well, it all depends on the path you've chosen in like before. So if you want to play in free to play, the amount of money will vary, because you will earn NFTs, and you like more likely be either using them in your decks to fight against opponents in play to earn version, or you're gonna just sell them on marketplace. On any marketplace, it's compatible with Polygon. So, and for play to earn client, you can make a simple math, like if you have $20 and there are 100 players like you, and 10% of winners win 70%. I mean, mathematics is open. Like you can just check it, see if numbers match your expectations, and just subscribe and download the game and start playing with us.
Yeah, and that's the kind of the nice thing about having a game now, even if it's not the play to earn aspect out yet. It's like, hey, well, anyone can go download the game and just try it out, and if they like it, great. Then that's when you can get more connected to the project. And if you don't like it, you know, you can find a different game, and that's kind of the cool thing. It's like you guys already have a full playable game out there for people to go check out and see if they want to join in what's going on with this project. So I love that. Well, as we wrap up, I just want to hear from you, like what's kind of the future version of this game look like? Is there some exciting announcements or things you want to say, like, hey, what's down the road in, 6 months, a year from now? What's some of your guys' goals coming up?
Okay, our goal is to create a metaverse. Like the metaverse, it's not like other metaverses now, but like a real metaverse that will be suitable for users. Of course, we will have DAO, we will have lands, we will have military bases that you can place on the top of the lands. But I gotta tell you some things that I'm not allowed to say. So yeah, guys, just please keep it secret. Okay. The game Warhands is not only about military, because if you look at the white paper, you will see that there is alien invasion that will be upcoming in the game. So your opponent will become aliens from another planet.
Interesting. Yeah, it sounds like you guys got some extra little spicy versions of the game coming out, some updates. That's really cool to keep it fresh and keep people wanting to stay engaged. I like that. That's awesome. Well, we'll go one more chat question here. Luke is asking, how long will it take to earn items free to play? Any ideas of free to play, how long it's going to be to grind out some of these NFTs or tokens?
Well, if you want to play 16 hours like per day, you can have very good amount of cards that you can like go and sell on the marketplace. I cannot tell you exact figures because it all varies from the set of cards you're using in your deck, like the amount of movements and strategic decisions you do that affect your win rate. So there is not like the exact number or specific number that I can disclose now.
Yeah. Well, and of course that's coming down to skill as well.
Yes, I can assure you that you wouldn't be disappointed because it's okay with this.
Cool. Well, as we wrap up, is other places that you'd point people to follow along with your guys' journey in the team? I know you already mentioned the Discord and Twitter, but any other socials or giveaways or campaigns that you want to shout out before we wrap up?
Yes, I got a very good announcement. Like for all of you who now in the chat. Okay, guys, every single visitor, viewer now in live stream and video later, I personally invite you to our whitelist. So you can have a very good chances of getting to the whitelist if you go on the social medias now, if you subscribe and follow along with the guidance that we have in our rules. You're gonna have much higher chances of getting to a whitelist because you're first. And we treasure your attention, we treasure your trust. So our mission is keep the family-like relations. So yeah, guys, we will be good friends to all of you. We will be here every time, 24 hours. If you would have some questions or would like to have a support. So yes, guys, let's just become one family and just join us to explore the world.
All right, sounds good. Well, if you guys want to know more about Warhands, feel free in the YouTube description or podcast description. There'll be links to all those different, even to try out the game or to follow in their Discord, Telegram, learn about more. So thanks so much, Danielle, for joining me here today. It was great to learn a little bit more about Warhands, and good luck to you and the team as you guys move forward with your project.
Yes, look, it was a pleasure to speak with you. Amazing, amazing live stream. Thank you
Awesome.
so much for our conversation.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for taking the time, everyone. Thank you for watching or
Thank you.
listening later
Thank
on.
you.
We'll see you next
Waiting for
time.
you in our social channels.
All
Thank you.
right.